NFL 24, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Niners and the Seahawks, coming up next.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. Taken at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
This is 2nd and 8. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Niners first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 32. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he is going to have the 49ers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a first down.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. Open man is Juwan Jennings. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence that allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Niners will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And running with power here. Well, now how about this return? Dwayne Eskridge. And he will score. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, it's Taylor. And he returns this to the 22. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of...
And got his man complete. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
What a first quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
That's going to be a good matchup for him, using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Purdy now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jennings. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 12-yard line.
These two teams all tied after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. 2nd and 6 as they've got it as we resume action. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just run and hit.
And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
One of the tight ends comes in motion. McCaffrey is in. Touchdown 49ers. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The extra point try now for Moody. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That time a 6-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately, he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A shotgun snap for Smith. He completes this to Walker.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Throwing now is Geno. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
3rd down and 6. From the gun, here's Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now Purdy. Open man is Samuel, complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Out of the gun, Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Geno now to throw. That is caught, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. To the air again, Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. The 49ers now are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here's a 3rd and 14. Straight ahead, Walker. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 50, it's Smith. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
On first down, Smith. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. This 2nd and 4. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Smith throwing again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, and he'll just get rid of it.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing is Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Myers' kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides, and there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Smith. He'll find Metcalf. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. $35 yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the 2nd half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On first down, this is McCaffrey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This pass to Jennings, and he makes a catch. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. Calling a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Back to throw, Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
On first down, Purdy. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 14-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Second and a couple. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. We'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Purdy from the gun. Steps away to his left. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brock Purdy, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Geno. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's second and 10. Now Geno. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the one he was after there. Third down here. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll fire one downfield for Fant. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now on first down, it's Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And the 49ers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Again, McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
This is caught. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the 49ers have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Now Moody for the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Let's go do this thing, baby. Get a little grip.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Seattle. 55 yards.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. Smith on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
2nd and 10. Now it's Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
Again, Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Niners tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point try now for Moody. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points.
straight up. Come on with it, man.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, no reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. To the air again, Smith. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Seattle.